Do they work at night?
What happens if it's cloudy?
How do they make electricity?
At this school in Milton Keynes, the work might be happening down here, but the power is coming from up here.
That's because this school is one of 200 in England that are having solar panels fitted to their roofs as part of a new government scheme. Solar panels work by capturing sunlight into solar cells, similar to those you might find on calculators. When that happens, an electric charge builds up, creating a flow of electricity. This can result in greener, cheaper energy that doesn't rely on fossil fuels. So, what impact could they have in this school?
The solar panels generate a really large amount of electricity from the sun, and on some days that means it can power the entire school. Over the course of a year, it powers approximately half the energy that the school uses, so half the lights, half the amount of electricity we need to prepare the food for the children, and that will make a huge saving.
How much money will the school save, and what will you do with the savings?
Yeah, it will save up to around £4,000 over the course of a year, which means we can put that money into things that the children can really enjoy, like extra school trips, extra resources, more equipment for the teachers to use, ultimately making a better experience for children on a day-to-day basis.
This all sounds positive, but how will it actually work? And what are the limits of the scheme? I'm meeting the Minister for Energy, Michael Shanks, to find out more.
How will the solar panels work here? Will they be weather dependent?
So they're always weather dependent, but the thing that people don't often realise is it doesn't have to be an amazing sunny day for solar panels to work. They still work, even on a day where it's a bit grey outside. But obviously on sunnier days you generate a lot more electricity. Some days it will power everything, on other days they'll need some electricity to come from the rest of the national grid. This is about a sort of balance.
You're only putting these into 200 schools, and there's over 30,000 schools in England, so less than 1% are actually getting these.
Yeah, so it's a start. And look, I think our ambition is that basically as many rooftops as possible that we can put solar panels on, we should. So there'll be a lot more investment in the future. And look, all of this is about saying we've got to start somewhere, and everyone's got a part to play in how we can help achieve our mission for 2030.
You mentioned there that you're planning on having clean energy by 2030, but that's less than 5 years away. What does that mean?
So we've set ourselves this really ambitious goal that by 2030 we want our power system to be clean. In other words, it not to come from sources of power like gas, which is really difficult for the planet and expensive, but we want it to come from clean sources of power, renewable power and nuclear. We're going to build lots more wind turbines and solar panels, but it means the whole country is going to have to help us in this mission.
The Conservative leader, Kemi Badenoch, says that it is too expensive to reach net zero by 2050. But do you still think it's a reachable goal?
It absolutely is a reachable goal, and she's wrong on that. And the thing that I find really difficult about people who are quite sort of dismissive about meeting these goals is that the alternative is we just carry on as we are at the moment, which is really not good for our planet. These things should be difficult, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't do them.
So what do students here think of their newly installed solar panels?
I think it's a very good idea because less energy is being wasted, more money is being saved.
I think solar panels are positive because they teach us what the future energy will be like.
I think it's good because it helps create heat and light, which is what we need in school.
It's very, very beneficial for schools to have it. It wastes less energy, it gives more money to the school.
Sounds like they get the thumbs up. And we'll be keeping an eye on the sky and letting you know if more schools can benefit from the scheme in the future.